Hello and welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minick. On today's show, we visit Bradley 3 Ranch located in Memphis, Texas, celebrating 60 years in the registered beef business this year. At Bradley 3 Ranch, their goal is to produce predictable genetics for commercial beef producers that wean the most quality pounds. They concentrate their breeding efforts on the beef industry's most basic traits while employing the industry's latest technology. We get to hear from the family as well as customers on why Bradley 3 genetics continue to be successful. We've got a great show for you today, so stay tuned. We'll be back with The American Rancher.
If you're in the stocker business, you know exceptional care and good nutrition are the keys to healthy, profitable cattle. The Gain Smart Stocker program provides all the tools you need to minimize stress at receiving, stimulate appetite quickly, and create efficient gains on forage or feed. Plus, feeding Gain Smart makes your cattle eligible for Superior's first ever value-added nutrition program. Learn more about the Gain Smart Stocker program and find a dealer near you at gainsmart.com.
Hoffman Ranches is a family-owned and operated cattle ranch that has over 50 years' experience breeding top-quality cattle. Their program is based around proven genetics that can build quality cattle for the progressive commercial cowman. A large focus is spent studying the maternal side of the herd bulls used to create hard-working cow families who are fault-free and low maintenance. They firmly believe these traits are essential in any breed to achieve high levels of excellence. Visit their website for upcoming sales at hoffmanranch.com.
Blaze a trail to Phoenix, Arizona and the 2018 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. It's the cattle industry's biggest convention with education, networking, and fun. Plus, you can check out the huge NCBA Trade Show, outstanding entertainment, and more. Don't miss the 2018 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show in Phoenix, January 31st through February 2nd. Visit beefusa.org for more.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Bradley 3 Ranch has experience in the meat business, and that's helped them develop an understanding of the entire food chain, from the cow-calf producer to the consumer at the meat case. These valuable lessons are used in their ranch management decisions every day. Here's more on their story.
We run our registered cattle just like a commercial man would, except we identify them individually. And we demand that this cow be a producer of a calf every 12 months. She has to bring the calf into the weaning pens, or she goes to the Golden Arches. And we have completed that because we understand where the money's made. The money is made in a real fertile cow that's going to have a calf every year to wean. So we've worked on longevity and fertility and carried all the other traits, trying to even them out, because the first thing you got to have is a live calf. So that has been our thrust all these years. And of course now with over 50,000 different DNAs, well, you can make a lot of advancement that you used to not be able to make.
In this operation, it's probably unique in the seed stock business in that we try to operate as close to the way that we think our customers are going to operate as we possibly can and be a registered seed stock business. So we pasture breed cows to herd bulls. We took a lot of video today of the herd bull battery that we have here. We turn those bulls out 60 days, pick them up on the 60th day in the toughest time of the year nutritionally for those cows to breed. We put them under the harshest conditions we can because we think as a seed stock provider, we need to be providing our customers with cattle they know they can count on to make them money.
We buy all of our herd sires from the Bradley Ranch. We've been doing so now for about 15 years. And it's pretty simple. You don't have to go far for quality. All of us as commercial cattle operators, we want to buy the best herd sires that we can buy to help improve our cow herd. And fortunately, we've got some of the best genetics in the Angus business next door. Well, the Bradley Ranch bulls, one of the things that makes them attractive to us as commercial cattle operators is when we get these bulls, when we buy them, when they come to the ranch, they're ready to go to work. These bulls hadn't been babied at all. I mean, they're raised out on the ranch, so the terrain, those bulls are used to traveling. As far as supplementation, they're able to come in, go right to work. And at the end of the year, when you pick those bulls up at the end of the breeding season, you're not worried about having bulls that have melted or fallen apart. And so those bulls are basically, they're bred to work in our area and in our conditions. And in the Texas Panhandle primarily, we've got some adverse weather, and those bulls perform well, they hold together well. And then when we go out to West Texas, we run into some high heat. We've got a lot of sand country. Those bulls travel well out there as well, so we've been real pleased with their performance.
60 years in the beef business. When we return, we'll hear more about Bradley 3 Ranch from their customers. You're watching The American Rancher. Keep it right here.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
The American Shorthorn Association is America's oldest beef breed association. Shorthorn cattle have been documented to produce high-quality carcasses that out-yield other British breeds. The added docility and maternal advantage of Shorthorns make them an outstanding choice to add heterosis to your commercial cattle operation. Shorthorns truly are a breed focused on performance with purpose. For more information, visit our newly renovated website at shorthorn.org or call 816-599-7777.
I'm James Henderson with Bradley 3 Ranch. I would like to invite all of you to our annual production sale. This will be our 60th year of raising registered Angus cattle, and we're excited about being able to spend 60 years designing systems and cattle that work for you, the cattleman. Our cattle are known for being range ready, cattle that are efficient, that will survive in harsh conditions, cows that are high fertility and breed every year and bring in a calf.
Bradley 3 Ranch selling February 10th, 2018. For more information, visit superiorlivestock.com.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. The Bradley cow herd runs in some of the Texas Panhandle's roughest country, and that's what makes customers of the ranch return year after year, because their cattle are dependable and can get out and work for any producer.
With the meat company, we feed a lot of cattle and we harvest those cattle, and now we have meat. And those years really changed our registered cattle, and it made us really re-look at our cattle and focus on the cattle that we have to offer. And with that being said, we captured data here before as seed stock operators, but when you can follow the offspring all the way through from the feeding phase to the harvest stage to the phase where the consumers are getting to consume the product, it's what I call a mind-blowing experience. And that experience really helped form the cattle that we have today.
Now, we AI our replacement heifers. So for their first calf, we will AI one time. Those that stick AI obviously have those calves. We'll put cleanup bulls behind, and so there's a percentage of the heifers that will have natural calves. We also have a small recip herd that we take 10-year-old cows and flush those cows because they're proven. They've had 8 calves by numerous sires. They've performed at the top of all the cows, and we'll flush those cows because we want those females, quite frankly, back in our herd. Those females are very valuable to us. They've proven their value in longevity and stability in the herd, and so we're trying to reproduce as many of those as we can. The bulls out of those cows are in quite demand because obviously any commercial operator knows that fertility and longevity are the 2 most important things to them. Those bulls are out of cows that are very proven that way, and so it works well for both of us to be able to sell bulls to customers and to be able to keep the females ourselves. All the rest of the cows then are natural bred, and so we're turning out herd bulls just like we expect the guys who are buying bulls from us to do, and the cows have to perform in that same environment. Anything that we think that we possibly can measure, from how they shed hair, what their feet and legs look like, their teats and udders, anything that we think can be measured on a cow, we're going to have it. I have a spreadsheet on every animal on the ranch that I think goes out to column FZ on a spreadsheet. So it's quite large, and I can pretty well tell you anything about the history of any of those cows, bulls, calves, whatever we've had on the ranch. We can look at that data and tell you, I think, anything that you would want to know about them. And so if it's important to you, we think it should be important to us.
Oh, the data, you know, we all understand in our business that any data you receive with anything is only as good as how it's collected. And one thing I know, as being a neighbor, I know the time and the effort that the Hendersons and the Bradleys put into making sure that the data they collect is accurate, because they know that the bull customers and where these bulls are going and the cow herds these bulls will go on, and how we all use this data to help us make our decisions is so important, and they want to make sure that that data is spot on. And so as far as validity of the data, it's hard work to get it, and they get it, and that's one thing you can rely on. When you're purchasing the Bradley bulls, you're not just buying a bull that you're going to take home and you're going to turn out on your cows and improve your genetics. You're also getting a vast of information that you can go back to a support system that they have, because they know that the next year or the 2 or 3 years down the road, whenever you're doing some things within your cow herd, you're going to run into some additional things that you've learned and improvements you're going to need to, and you're always able to go back to them and get information that you just can't go out and buy anywhere else.
Well, this ranch has been numerous things. It's provided an awful lot of leadership for the breed and the industry, as well as all of us that have been on the ranch have held leadership positions within the industry. So we've certainly done a number of those things. We've done a lot of first, being one of the very first users of ultrasound technology. We were the first to use DNA technology. We were a very early adopter of performance records and EPDs, and we started the genomics work long before the association actually started to recognize genomics and enhance EPDs with those. So from an industry leadership standpoint, we've tried to be on the forefront of all the technologies that we think will advance things on a go-forward basis. And that's probably the most exciting thing. I think that the legacy that we will leave for the next generation is that the whole performance genomics thing, we're just starting to scratch the surface, and the opportunities for the next 20 years, 30 years will be immense for anyone starting out in this business, and we're excited to help them in every way we can.
The cattle that they have are very, very adaptive, would be a good word to use, adaptive to other environments, and they make, the Bradleys make their cattle work for them. They don't pamper them. They don't get them up and feed them real hot rations and such. And you can get females or bulls. I've been buying mainly bulls, but I do have a group of Black Angus cows that the foundation of them came from some females that I bought from the Bradleys. But the bulls, they get out and work and are good quality Black Angus cattle.
We have our annual sale the second Saturday in February each year. And we'll market 225 to 250 bulls each year, mostly Angus bulls and a few Charolais bulls. We have the same set of expectations for all of those bulls, and we measure everything that we think that you could possibly want to encounter from a measurement standpoint on the cattle. We do things like a grass gain test that no one else in the business does. We try to put all of that information into our catalog and have all of that data available for anyone to go through and analyze data on Excel spreadsheets or however they want to do it. So we try to tell you the whole story about all of the cattle and let our customers decide, and we'll certainly help them if they ask us to, and if we know what their conditions are and those kinds of things, we can suggest cattle that we think will fit their herd and their environment best. But we try to make sure that we have everything available for them to make good decisions.
You know, again, we started here with the Registered Angus cattle in 1958, and we'll be celebrating our 60th year in 2018's annual February sale. And not many of us have been around this long doing what we do. I know a lot of people get in the business and it either doesn't suit them or maybe they're not as passionate as we have been, but we're passionate about trying to have a better animal tomorrow using, you know, the latest tools that are available to us, but yet keeping a diligent eye on what works in our environment, whether it rains or doesn't rain. You know, no matter what Mother Nature throws at us, we're still trying to produce an animal that's going to work long term. And you know, 60 years, we've seen the good, we've seen the bad.
That's all the time we have today. We want to thank the Bradley 3 Ranch for sharing their story, their dedication not only to the livestock industry, but to the customers and the consumers. Don't forget about their upcoming auction on February 10th. To find out more, visit superiorlivestock.com or bradley3ranch.com. And to find out more about us, visit our website, theamericanrancher.com, or connect with us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Pam Minick. For the entire American Rancher team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.